Hey, welcome to First Time Feast. I'm Bobby Perko. Cooking is a huge passion project of mine, and I just want to share all of my knowledge and abilities with you. Today, we're going to do something super easy and make a seafood gumbo. Alright guys, so we are making gumbo. If you want to take a look at all those ingredients we got in front of you, it looks daunting, there's a lot of stuff here, but I'm telling you, if you follow this process, it is really easy. First thing we're going to do, we're going to make the roux. So a roux, there ain't nothing to it but just to do it, baby. So what you gotta do, you just gotta throw that stick of butter in there and you just gotta let that thing melt down. Typically you want to do a 1-for-1 or a 2-to-2 on this roux. So put your butter in, let it melt down. We're gonna add in our flour. I added just a little bit at first. I didn't trust that I had the right measurements on this, so here's what you do. You just put it in the pot, you stir it around, and you let this thing go. You gotta constantly stir a roux. You gotta baby it. You really gotta be loving and affectionate and tender this thing. You want to nurture it, man. You want to nurture this roux. If you let it burn, it's an acrid, it's an awful smell, and you got to start over. So if you're cooking seafood or you're cooking gumbo or anything for the first time, you're gonna fail. You're gonna burn a roux occasionally, but that's perfectly okay. So what we're looking for here, we're looking for a chocolate roux. What you're seeing right now is kind of like an amber or a champagne. It's good, it's nice, but we're looking for a really dark, like Hershey's chocolate color. I mean to tell you, this roux smelled so incredible when it was going. It just made my house smell like baked goods. So what we're gonna be doing next, we're gonna be moving over to the sausage. I got some andouille sausage, some andouille. So it ain't that Marky Mark and the Boys bacon from last week, but we got some pretty good quality sausage. So toss that thing in the pot. We want to let that thing cook and tender and get caramelized. We want to get a really good color on this sausage. It's just going to add more flavor to your overall finished product. So if we flash back over to that roux, that's the color that we're looking for. So when I start mixing this onions around, it's really going to start cooking and caramelizing the onions right away. It may look like it's burnt, right? And you might look at this and be like, oh man, I messed up. I burnt my roux. No. That is perfect. That is actually sweet perfection. That's going to add so much flavor to your overall finished product. I'm telling you, this is what we're going for right now. So next step, guys, we're just going to add in all of our vegetables. We're going to add in our celery, we're going to add our onions, we're going to add in our bell pepper, add a little bit of jalapeno. That right there is the holy trinity, right? If you're talking about Cajun cuisine, you're gonna hear about this term called the trinity. That's what it is. So we're adding that jalapeno. That's just for kick, right? I love that kick. I like that spice. If you saw my first video, I slapped the shit out of it with some Yo Momma. I'm gonna be slapping this thing too. So just wait and see. This thing's coming up. Gumbo literally just means it's the mixing pot. It was developed in South Louisiana for countless of generations, and everyone's going to have their little bit of take on it. So that's really what brings us to what gumbo is today. Now that everything literally is in the pot mixing up, we're going to add in our broth to it. So ideally, yeah, you want to make a seafood broth. Hey, I'm about easy cooking, man. Like, I'm not going to spend 4 hours making a broth. I know it tastes better, sure, but this chicken stock, it tastes just fine. So we're going to add our chicken stock in here, and then we're going to add in our water. After we add in that, we're going to hit it with all of our different seasonings. I go heavy, man. I go hard in the paint on these seasonings. I did a bit of smoked cayenne. I did a hell of a lot of Yo Momma. Added some salt. We added some pepper. You really can't over season it with black pepper. You can go until your arm gets tired. And then that's what she said. And then you can add some salt to it if you want to add some salt to it. Be careful with the salt though, because we already got that sausage in there. We're going to be adding some crab. We're going to be adding some crawfish. We're going to be adding some shrimp. So there's a lot of salt in this thing going together, not to mention that chicken broth. So, be tentative on that salt. Maybe add that a little bit later on. So we're going to bring this thing up to a boil. We're going to add in our sausage. We're going to let that thing go. Let those flavors start mixing in the pot. Give it a stir. We want to make sure we're stirring things off the bottom. Remember all that flour was in there from earlier, that roux? It could still potentially burn, but we just want to give it a good stir. So here comes the prize stuff, man. We're going to be adding in this crab legs. These crab legs were banging. I got them on sale the other day, so even though this looks like an expensive dish, it really didn't cost me that much. I got these crawfish on sale. So crawfish, even though they say on the bag, ready to serve, you want to wash those suckers. They are dirty little bugs. They are literally called mud bugs. So if you don't rinse those things 2, 3, 4 times, you're going to be in dirt. So rinse them out, wash them off, throw them in the pot, let them go. So this thing is simmering. The smell on this is absolutely incredible. This food, I'm telling you guys, it was one of the best dishes I've ever made. There was a couple of years ago when we had the hurricane roll through Louisiana. I went down there and helped out for a couple of weeks. And this food just took me back home. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait for you guys to try making it at home. All right, thank you everybody for joining me. As you can see, this seafood gumbo was absolutely delicious. It was a super easy process. I'm glad you are following me today. Please like, subscribe, and share all of my content, and we'll see you on future episodes. Thanks. We have a lot of me. All right, now we're, yeah, okay.
You mentioned how it was delicious.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me on First Time Feast. As you can see, the Thank you all for joining me on First Time Feast. As you can see, the seafood. Okay.
Seashells by the seashore.
Seashells by the seashore. Sally. Thank you for. Jesus. Okay. All right. I want that thumbnail to be banging in the front that we see.
Charles Hearts. They said parts.
Have you not heard this song?
Charles Hearts, real quick. Who's that by?
I forgot her name. She's not famous anymore.
Boopy boopy. That looks awful. I wouldn't eat that. Like, if someone served me that, I would eat that shit.